What is going on, you guys? Pep Platypus here, and it is time to review Hollywood's latest attempt at a video game adaptation, Ratchet and Clank. Bam! I'm a fan. Got a shit ton of fucking Ratchet and Clank games here. Not my favorite video game franchise, but, you know, still one of my favorites. My favorite, if you're curious, is Jak and Daxter by Naughty Dog. That's my favorite video game franchise. Ratchet and Clank's in, like, my top 10 for sure, so I really, really love these games. I like the characters, the stories, all that shit, the weapons, all of that stuff, gameplay. So, going into this movie, you kind of go in with certain expectations. You know, you see that it looks like the games, they got the original voice actors, which I really appreciate. You know, it looks like it could be fun. It looks like they're taking this seriously to make an actual proper video game adaptation of something with love and care put into it. Unlike all the other garbage we've had, because let's be honest here, video game movies, as a whole, with like no exception, have been fucking garbage. Either so bad they're funny, or just plain terrible and poorly made with shit budget and shit special effects. Or they have a budget behind them, but they still end up being bad movies from a narrative standpoint and all that. So, with that track record, Ratchet and Clank, you can't go in with the highest of expectations. And if you've seen the Rotten Tomatoes score, you still can't go in with that high of expectations. But I can happily say that I don't know what the fuck the critics are smoking. Ratchet and Clank is a good movie. Is it perfect? No. Is it great? No. Is it good? Yeah, kinda. It's a good movie. I don't know why. Like, I'm just gonna put this in perspective for you guys. It has a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes as of this recording. 20%. That is slammed hard, okay? That is definitely fucking smashed by critics, alright? 20%. Let me put that in perspective. If you've seen the movie, this will definitely blow your fucking mind. Smurfs has a higher Rotten Tomatoes score. 22% or something around there. I'm not sure the exact number. It's higher than 20%. I've seen Smurfs. I'm still going through therapy over Smurfs. Smurfs is in no way better than this movie. It is in no way on par with this movie. This movie is a perfectly well-made, middle-of-the-road, good family movie. If there's nothing else right now in theaters to take your kid to see, you can take them to Ratchet and Clank, and you're going to get a pretty good time. They're going to eat it up, and you're going to sit there and think, that was a cute kid's movie. It didn't appeal to me too much as an adult, but it didn't make me want to fucking bash my brains in. It definitely wasn't super annoying or fucking obnoxious. There's no fucking fart jokes or any stupid bullshit like that. It's just a well-made, competent, good family movie. It's not going to knock your socks off. It's not gonna fucking change the game, but it is a good movie. Just borderline good movie, and I really don't know why it's getting so slammed by critics. It's fucking insane. I mean, I've read quotes like, you know, oh, it's just a product placement and bullshit like that, and I'll talk about that more in the end of the fucking video, because all that shit is just retarded, but, as far as the movie itself goes, I'm a Ratchet and Clank fan, and I really liked seeing the voice actors and the CGI looking like the games, and the Easter eggs were fun, and it was very clear they had a love for the franchise when making it. So obviously there's going to be a little bit of bias in me for this review. But even speaking objectively, while a formulaic movie that is not the most unpredictable thing in the world for sure, it's paced well, it's told narratively very well. From an objective standpoint, like I said, it's a well-made movie. They don't expect you to have played the games to know who this guy is or that guy. They establish all the characters and their personalities and give them backstories, and it all works. You know, Ratchet and Clank games have never had the strongest narrative, so making a movie, especially the first game, so changing it into a movie, I thought they did a really good job. Of course, that doesn't matter for the review of the film itself, but it's just worth pointing out. So, the basic plot of this movie is Ratchet, our main character, wants to become a Galactic Ranger. He wants to be one of the big badasses of fucking saving the galaxy because he wants more out of his life. Now, of course, we've seen that. He has the Disney princess syndrome going on. But, unlike the Disney princesses, who are, of course, you know, absurdly wealthy and living an incredible life, he works on fucking cars all day and has this shit garage that he lives in, so it's not like he has anything amazing going on. So you can still understand, from an objective standpoint, why he would want more for himself. And we see that he does have, well, I won't say he has skill, but I mean, as a mechanic and as far as technology goes, he's pretty good, makes some mistakes, of course, but, you know, so he's a good character, he's a well-rounded character, he develops throughout the movie. You have Clank, who is trying to basically warn the Galactic Rangers of an evil plan by the main villain, Chairman Drek, who is working with another villain, Dr. Nefarious. Love that name, by the way. They're basically trying to just blow up planets, uninhabited, of course, kids' movie. And I don't know if they were uninhabited in the first game, I forget. But the first game was rated T for teen at the time, and now it's E10. So I want to say they were probably inhabited planets, I'm not sure. Regardless, total digression, he basically blows up planets, takes chunks of them that are pretty cool, and wants to mix mash and make like the perfect planet. So fucked up dude, right? Also a planet I've never really seen, so I'll chalk that up to creativity, outside of being in the first game, of course. And, you know, of course the weapons are creative and all that stuff, and the characters are fun. The side characters are a little weak, you know, you have the other Galactic Rangers, they aren't the most well-developed, they don't get a ton of dialogue, but they're there, they get the job done. If they make a sequel, which I doubt at this point, we can get more out of them. But they had some character to them. Some. Not much, but it was there. But yeah, like, overall, this movie, like I said, it's nothing phenomenal. It's not going to blow your mind. It's not Pixar. It's not DreamWorks. I don't know if they were expecting it to be for some reason, especially considering video games' track records. But it was a perfectly well-made family movie, like I said before. The plot can be predictable at times, and it can be formulaic, but the movie is paced well enough to where when you get to the part where the main character mopes and dopes because something really bad happened before the climax gets started, he mopes and dopes. They get through that very quickly. You know, there's a scene at the end where it's like, oh, I know that this'll, you know, turn out this way, they'll reunite or whatever, and, you know, they do it very quickly. So it goes through those cliches quickly because even though the story and everything is formulaic, it's relying mostly on its humor. The same can be said for Deadpool, and I'm not saying this movie is as good as Deadpool, but I'm just saying it has a formulaic, generic story, and then its jokes take center stage. The jokes and the creativity of the weapons and the action sequences. The action sequences are nothing amazing or phenomenal, but they get the job done, they're good. And there is still creativity with the weapons, like I said before, and just creativity in general, because it comes from the Ratchet & Clank series, which can be very creative. And, yeah, it's just all around a well-made movie. The voice acting is great from the celebrities, as well as, of course, the original video game cast. They've been playing the characters for years, so of course they are they fit like a glove, and their chemistry is amazing. So, I don't know. I thought this movie was extremely well-made. From a technical standpoint, and when it comes to the CGI, it wasn't, you know, Pixar level or anything, but for a studio that I believe was only done like straight to DVD bullshit, to go to this, they did a really good job on the CGI work. It looked really, really good. So, from a technical standpoint, everything's on point, which you can pretty much expect from an animated movie, unless it's some fucking garbage like Norm of the North, which thankfully Norm of the North, I'm pretty sure is nowhere near this in terms of Rotten Tomatoes ratings, but yeah, the critic scores, I guess I'll just go into that, because I pretty much told you my review of the film. It's not perfect. It has predictable elements. It can be formulaic. Not all the jokes land, but I think enough of them do land that if you sit down with your kid and watch this, you'll have fun. You know, if you're an adult and you're a Ratchet & Clank fan, aside from not having as many adult jokes as the previous games, I think you'll still be satisfied with it, especially with the Easter eggs, you know, if you are a Ratchet & Clank fan. And I'll talk about a little bit about the Easter eggs in a moment, but first I want to talk about the critics and everything. I've heard quotes like, you know, oh, it's just a product placement, or, oh man, you know, this action scene was pretty cool, I rather would have played it, or, you know, like, why? Because it's a video game movie, these are somehow valid criticisms. I mean, I could say in fucking John Wick, there were scenes where I was like, oh, that'd be fun to play in a video game, like, that's not a good criticism. That's a really weird criticism, to be honest. It really holds no water, and it's a product placement. So was the Lego Movie. Is Hunger Games a product placement for fucking the book? Is fucking is on the Marvel superhero movies product placements for the fucking comics? Yes, they are! So what the fuck? Those are all fine. Why is that a criticism of Ratchet and Clank? Every fucking movie that gets made that's an adaptation is also trying to get you to buy the book and get into the franchise, and what the fuck? So, you know, Chris, I've heard people try to say, one reviewer who didn't like the movie, and if that's fine, it's his opinion, but he said something like, you know, if it's made for the fans, that's not an excuse for it still being a bad movie, because 50 Shades of Grey was made for the fans and it's garbage. That doesn't work for two reasons. One, this is a well-made fucking movie, first of all. 50 Shades of Grey is not, but second, 50 Shades of Grey, fans of that book, whether they liked it for the ridiculously over-the-top narration, or the smut, and the sexuality, and all that crazy raunchy shit, and just how hardcore it was, or whatever the fuck, the movie didn't have that from what I heard. From what I heard, they really toned down the sex shit. There's no narration. So as terms of servicing the fans, or being a well-made movie, I think it fails on both accounts. Batman vs. Superman was not an example he gave, but I can say the same thing. To put it into better words, I would say watch the Nostalgia Critics review of Batman vs. Superman that he does with Angry Joe. They pretty much lay out what's wrong with that movie from a technical point of view, and at the end, Angry Joe goes into a rant from a fan perspective as to why the movie really doesn't work for the fans. This movie, for the fans, really works, especially with the Easter eggs. So I think that argument doesn't really hold any water, at least in my opinion. And I mean, don't get me wrong, a movie made for the fans can totally be bad for the rest of the public or whatever, but in this case, I think this is a well-made movie, and I don't know why it is getting so slammed. But I'm being kind of repetitive, so I'll just get into the Easter eggs, give it a score, and wrap this up. The Easter eggs. First of all, when Clank, and I guess this is kind of a spoiler section, but they're not major spoilers or anything. They're mainly if you're like a Ratchet and Clank fan. But I mean, you know, don't watch if you don't want to be spoiled. When Clank is trying to figure out Ratchet's species, and he's like, what are you? Because I can't figure out what you are. And, you know, Ratchet's like, I'm a Lombax, and he explains the situation. You see what Clank is trying to identify him with on the screen. You see different species going by. And, like I said, spoiler alert, you see, like, Sly Cooper in there. You see, I forget his actual name, Dan Johnson? I could be wrong. I think he's one of the developers on Ratchet and Clank that they always have, like, a memorial for in all the games. And I don't remember all of them, but Daxter from Jak and Daxter, and I had the biggest smile on my face for like a solid minute when I saw that, especially since Otzel's from Jak and Daxter and Lombax is from Ratchet and Clank. You could see like a correlation as to why he would scroll by like that. Oh, it was so funny to see that, and just, oh, I had the biggest smile. So, yeah, that was really, really cool. And, yeah, I really don't have much else to say. I mean, there was, of course, they showed some villains, and, you know, if you listen to some of the dialogue when they're listing Ratchet's, you know, crimes, you know, he's like, you fucked with the space-time continuum, which is obviously a reference to A Crack in Time. So, I mean, they did a really good job with all that stuff. Also, not really an Easter egg, but when this one robot fell over the edge, and does the Wilhelm scream, which, you know, you see in movies all the time, you know, I'm not going to play a soundbite of it, but I think you know what I mean, the Wilhelm scream. He falls over the edge, the Wilhelm scream happens, and then another robot looks over and he's like, Wilhelm, no! That made me laugh. I thought that was really funny. I've never seen the Wilhelm scream played with in that kind of way. So yeah, there's also great texting jokes in this one, which I know sounds weird, but there's like a little funeral scene, and you'd have to see it to see the comedy of it, but the texting was, it was hilarious. So there's some hilarious jokes, there's some jokes that don't quite work. All in all, though, I think this was a good movie. I say don't listen to the 20% it has on Rotten Tomatoes. They have a right to, you know, voice their opinion, of course. I'm not going to say they're totally wrong or whatever, even if I think some of their arguments don't hold any water. But I say go see this movie for yourself and judge it for yourself if you're interested in it. Definitely just go in with an open mind. And I think you'll come out with basically the same thoughts I had. That was a pretty good kids movie. That was a pretty good family movie. So I'm going to give Ratchet & Clank a 7 out of 10. Like a 6.8 to 7 out of 10. I was not disappointed by this movie. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. I had to go in with lowered expectations. Slightly lowered expectations because it's a video game movie. I mean, come on. So it didn't disappoint me. So far this year, aside from Batman vs. Superman, I haven't been disappointed at the movies, which is really, really awesome. Next up, we've got Captain America Civil War, which I think is like next week, so look forward to that. And then in June, I'll be doing Finding Dory, and then I'm not going to go into every movie I'm doing this year, but those are the next couple movies I'll be reviewing. So with all that being said, did you guys see the Ratchet & Clank movie? What did you guys think of it? If you haven't seen the fucking movie, what's your favorite? I'm not surprised if you haven't. The theater I went to had like 12 people in it, because Sony mismarketed the shit out of this fucking movie. But yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, have you played the games? What do you think of the games? What's your favorite Ratchet & Clank game? If you don't know anything about Ratchet & Clank at all, I don't know. Say hi in the comments. I have no idea. But anyways, also, in the comment section below, I'll post a link to a couple of videos. Me and my friend did a live stream of a new Yu-Gi-Oh game that came out recently, or at least it's on sale recently. We said some funny things. We got nostalgic. It was pretty awesome. There's a few of those videos out on his channel, so I'll post a link to his channel in the comment section below, because when I tried to post a link in the description, it just didn't work out last time I tried. Anyways, you can also give this video a thumbs up, share it on social media. Both of those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you like what you've seen here. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.